This team saved me from a lot of trouble in Go Battle League after I had some laggy incidents in Go Battle League. Overall, you already know that this season was kinda a mess in April and May, so I guess that only March was the healthy month. So after that I did not focus a lot on Go Battle League, and that's mainly because of those FPS drops, those lags in game, or just when the battle stops for no reason and we end up getting farmed down. Sometimes this goes both ends, but at the same time it is super frustrating, so I cannot focus at all on climbing. So I decided to provide to you some really challenging teams, and after I get several good matchups, I guess that it is time for me to create the video and move forward. So with today's video we decide to use a very toxic team, mainly with Charm and Razor Leaf at the back, but the main hero of this team is going to be Magnezone. Magnezone is gonna be able to provide so much pressure on a lot of opposing teams, and I guess that at the same time, even when resisted, Wild Charge is still gonna be kinda clutch for a lot of trainers. Able to get here now to the Wild Charge to finish off Lickitung, and after that very bad lead, after that very bad switch, we still managed to pull through with our Tropius as our closer. Whiskas definitely stands no chance here after we block their move, and we can grab this first victory to get the video going. Into the next battle now with a Goodra up in front, and yes trainers, you guessed it right, we're gonna have a ton of bad leads in today's content. So here comes now Wild Charge on that Dragon type Pokemon, which is a move that they can resist, but at the same time they are still gonna be taking a lot of damage. I'm trying to catch one move on my Wigglytuff, and we managed to do so with the Aqua Tail. We came across here a Skarmory, which might seem like a very bad one for us, but I think that we can definitely get the maximum benefit out of this matchup, not because we're having Wigglytuff over that Skarmory or because we can finish it off with Magnezone, but because of Skarmory being absent up against our Tropius. And also they have a water type at the back, which means that with one shield we might actually be able to completely farm down that Shadow Poliwrath. Down they go, Goodra returns, but I guess the battle has already been settled on its outcome score, so we're just gonna take another huge victory for us. Into the next battle now with a Deoxys up in front. So I guess that my Wigglytuff here can easily come into the battle, and you have already seen the strategy that you need to follow with this exact team. Of course, some core breakers will exist, but nothing cannot be overcome with a little bit of synergy and the crazy amount of damage that Wild Charge can offer. So the main strategy of this team is to go ahead and switch out aggressively to your Wigglytuff. You need to draw out of there the opposing Steel type, and most likely you're gonna be on a very good spot on the closing part. Tropius definitely has no weaknesses when it is still free on its opposing side, but over here my opponent still has a Dugong for us. Not only Steel types, but also those Ice type Pokemon are gonna be kinda of a troublesome one for us because they can do so much damage with their moves. At this point we know that they have Whiskas at the back, so Magnezone doesn't have a lot to offer. Sometimes you're gonna get destroyed down, but most of the times this team is gonna work. That's why I recommend to you if you're looking for some fast paced battles and at the same time you want to have the maximum amount of wins in Go Battle League in a very nice farm down with your fast attacks. So now with Lantern here we decide to completely farm down by sacrificing a shield in the process, because we definitely want to flip around that bad lead that we had. So Wigglytuff is gonna be an amazing safe switch and an aggressive one as well to either flip around that very bad lead that you have or just bait out of your opponent's backline the Steel type, which is also pretty crucial for your Tropius. We're just gonna go for the Leaf Blades here, but I guess that we cannot do severe damage on their end, but with Razor Leaf we're gonna send that Annihilate back to Banana Island, and with our bananas below our mouth we're just gonna throw even more pressure on their side and that Leaky Tank. So Leaky Tank now has some energy to throw, but hopefully whatever that move it is, we can easily survive it with our Steel typing. Now Mirror Shot on the shield, and we can get to one more to guarantee the knockout over that Licker, so Magnezone will emerge and turn into a closer from a leader. So here comes now a Deoxys once again. Let's see if this time we can flip some things around. I'm expecting them to go for the Psycho Boost and then switch out, unlike the previous Deoxys, and of course here Dugong will emerge into the battle. We can always expect something like a Whiskas, I guess, so let's see how this is gonna end, because if that is the case, I believe that Tropius might actually be the key Pokemon for us on the closing part. I'm not sure who created this team, but this is a team of no creation of mine, so I think that if you know the person, just feel free to comment down below this video. It's gonna be extremely helpful for our community. Now Tropius comes in, no Whiskas at the back, but still a Pokemon pretty weak to our Razor Leaf, so this is gonna be another huge victory for us. Into the next one now with a Quagsire this time. I told you this is gonna be a heck of a video for our Magnezone, and now we're having Wigglytuff coming in. So I know that this is not gonna be a Stone Edge, but just the Aqua Tail, but since they are on Shadow mode, this is still gonna be kinda problematic for us. Now Bastiodon will come into the battle in a very sketchy play, because now they have debuffed themselves, and I believe that Magnezone can survive with this, even the following Flamethrower. So we're already below 50%, we cannot survive another one, but my play here is to go for a double Wild Charge and finish as fast as possible the remaining HP that Bastiodon is having. Down they go, switching out now to my Tropius, and they have a Quagsire and the Annihilate, so all that we have left to do here is to go ahead, hope that they do not have Ice Punch, instead the Shadow Ball, and right after we can easily destroy them down with our Banana Leaves. So yeah, that's gonna be a very good pan for our Banana Island Pokemon, and let's keep going now into a Leaky Tank matchup. Magnezone here is gonna be UFOing its way to the energy points, and after we get to the Wild Charge, I'm just gonna switch out to my Wigglytuff, because this is the main strategy that I need to follow. So here comes now a move, most probably a Body Slam, nothing to worry about here, even one more can easily be taken, and I will try to snipe them down with a Disarming Voice. They definitely did not expect that. Down they go, and Gligar will join the party. You know what, I have a feeling that they need to throw some energy, otherwise my Ice Wind will come up against them, and since I know that after I block their move I can easily get to the Ice Wind. Worst case scenario, they will farm down, but still they are debuffed, and we can win the CMP with the next Mirror Shot. Down goes their final shield, and all we need to do here is to block that dig and switch out to our Banana Island Pokemon. Once again, Annihilate against our Bananas, and let's go Bananas with our Tropius. So I release here will go ahead and do so much damage on that Pokemon, unsealed it, and Gligar will pretty much follow the same fate. Into the final one out trainers with the Umbreon up in front. This Pokemon is always kinda weird because of how bulky it can be and how spammy with its moves, but offensively it cannot do so much damage. As you can see here, once again I'm lagging big time, and you can tell not only from that Umbreon matchup but also here on the Wigglytuff. I should have had that energy advantage, and not only they outsped me but also they did so much more damage with with those fast attacks. So charms here are just gonna be melting up my Pokemon, able to destroy them down though with my mirror shot. So Wild Charge now is gonna be able to do some extra pressure on their end, and I guess that they want to fire off some energy, so here comes now the foul play. What I want to do in this incident is to rely completely on my Razor Leafer for the end game, and now Umbreon is the only obstacle that remains between me and the final victory of this video. I want to remind you that this was a very laggy and buggy match for the both of us, so I'm just gonna keep going down with the Razor Leaves without spending any shield at all from my opponent. That's gonna be absolutely awesome to wrap this up into an amazing content for today's video. Thank you for watching, trainers, and for sticking around till the end. It always means a lot for my channel. But before you go, leave a huge like, subscribe to my content, and I hope to see you all into the next one.